Good morning, Sonia Striggles. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody coming in. If you haven't gone over to follow my new Instagram account, please do. It is Tabitha __ speaks. I had to create a new account. Good morning, everybody. Please make sure you follow my new Instagram account, Tabitha __ speaks. Yes, it is in my link. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Friday, everybody coming in. Happy Friday. I'm trying to wake up. But we are going to watch President Obama's speech. He did a campaign rally for Raphael Warnock yesterday. And thank you so much, Katrina. I've been seeing clips from the speech, but I want to see the whole speech. And I figured you guys would be cool with seeing the whole speech too. And we can watch the speech together. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. If you're coming in the room and you have not followed my new Instagram account, please follow my new Instagram account. Tabitha __ speaks. Eva, good morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good morning, everybody. As everybody's filing in the room, take a moment. Take a moment. Good morning, Nael. Thank you. Good morning, J Diva. Come on in. Hey, Stephanie, I'm just waiting for folks to pile in the room. Come on in. I wonder what that message means. Good morning. Happy Friday. Good morning. Good morning. Let me set up this screen. And then I got to figure out how to flip y'all around.
You can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to pick up a camera or
Good morning. Happy Friday. Yes, we made it, baby.
You drag, you drop,
I'm ready for my weekend.
and boom, video done.
I don't have no groceries in the house. I need to get some groceries.
To see why Doodly is so easy to use and why you should grab this offer right now.
Hi, I'm Brett Callen, and in this video, I'm going to show you how
I have my coffee.
easily create doodle videos, just like the
My
one
coffee's right here.
Here I am inside the Doodly Soft Mac and PC.
Yes, today is the last day for early voting in Georgia. Thank you, Nina. Today is the last day for early voting in Georgia. So my Georgia peeps, if you haven't voted, get out and vote.
You'll notice that Doodly makes it super easy to create your own
Next day to vote
with done-for-you scenes, hundreds of characters,
is
a
Tuesday,
huge selection of props,
January 6th.
royalty-free music, and even
Lemon
text.
chicken and rice
For the
soup this
ultimate
weekend.
customization,
I've been wanting a
you can
soup.
upload your own images,
I was thinking that I would do
Now to create a doodle video, it's really
a
simple. First, I'll
chicken
add a
corn
headline
chowder.
to get people's attention, then center it before adding a character. I like this one. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go
So I might do that this weekend.
I'll resize everything and voila. We have Steve reading a book.
I know that's right, Maria Ferreira.
Creating a doodle video that simple, but we also have a bunch of really cool settings available too. Doodly allows you to customize your
Early voting they've been breaking records every single day of early voting. But baby, we fighting a beast. And that beast is 72% of white women.
And that's especially true right now. The going rate for
We need every eligible voter. We need every eligible voter to combat 72% of white women in this state. Good morning, Chef Cornell. Indie coach, daughter is taking your son. I know these white women. I was watching a video yesterday, and they definitely put a spin on white women voting against their own interests. A lot of people have been contributing white women voting against their own interests as it relates to abortion. And that's true. But that's the story that everybody has been using to try to get white women to understand that they're voting against their own interest. But this commentator, gosh, what was her name? I follow her. Forgot her name. I wanted to give her a shout out. I'll find her and I'll definitely do like a duet or a stitch. But what white women fail to realize is that affirmative action, affirmative action that is going to be reviewed soon by the Supreme Court, white women overwhelmingly benefit from affirmative action. When we think affirmative action, hey, too raw, too real. When we think affirmative action, we immediately go to race. We don't think about gender. And white women heavily benefit from affirmative action. And yet, they are out here, yet again, voting to put people into office that don't represent their interests. Thank you, too, Raw. Because for whatever reason, they don't recognize that they benefit from affirmative action. When it comes to gender, white women, you are where you are because of affirmative action. And the Supreme Court you have a problem with that, Sherry? If you have a problem with that, the door is that way. The door is that way, Sherry. If you have a problem with it. No, Whiskey. When they find out when that hits them, because a lot of them, they can look past the abortion. We see how they responded to that here on the app. They were all in an uproar. Let me let Sherry go. Y'all been calling us that for years, Sherry. Y'all been calling us that for years. Okay? Just so you know, we know what you're saying in your circles when you're not in our faces. Let me let you go. You have a good day. So, yeah. I'm talking about white women voting against their own interests. That's what I'm talking about. This little, whatever this is, I'm eating oatmeal and it's all over my mouth. Oh, you like the, on this side, it actually has writing. Don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle. You can find a mug similar to this in my Amazon store. The link is in the bio. So, I see someone else that I need to let go. So, yeah. The beast that is 72% of white women in the state of Georgia. We've got to rise up. We've got to rise up. Thank you, Oliphant Leslie. Thank you. Yeah, you can find a mug similar to this one. This thing is still here. It's oatmeal and it won't go away. 40-year-old white woman here in Kentucky. I agree with you. Oh my God. Yeah, it's, and it's not just here in Georgia. It's nationwide. It's just I'm here in Georgia, so I know the percent as it relates to this runoff. So, yeah. I just thought that was interesting. That woman that brought that aspect of how white women are voting against their own interests. That's another aspect of it. Not just abortion, but affirmative action. I don't think white women even realize how they benefit from affirmative action. And yet they put these politicians in office who are trying to get rid of affirmative action. That are trying to get rid of affirmative action. They only see affirmative action from the point of race and not gender. Affirmative action, and that's how white women benefit from affirmative action, race. All right, so let me figure out how I can flip my screen around. Oh, Lord. So that we can watch this. Watch, oh, here we go. Found it. How we can, I don't know what's going on. It won't flip. Hold on. Is something happening on? Oh, you know what it's doing? It's just moving me. Let me go over here. It is hot in my office because I had, I might just have to move my whole phone because I don't see where it's going to let me like flip. Okay, now let me, I think I got it. Now let me take off this green screen. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, let me hit play.
Let me say right off the bat that I think it is propitious and fitting that we are gathered in this way tonight on the 67th anniversary of a day when Rosa Parks sat down.
Yes.
And when Rosa Parks sat down, Martin Luther King Jr. and the people of Montgomery, Alabama stood up and changed.
Stay in that line, vote.
I want you to think about that as we ask you to vote. Because the people of Montgomery stood together for some 300.
Good morning, everyone coming in the
by
room.
some stroke of destiny mingled with human fortitude and determination, they bent the arc a little bit closer to justice. We stand tonight on their shoulders. And then in 2021,
Good morning.
hi baby, how are you? In 2021, inspired
Thank you,
by
New Jersey.
movements like that,
You're
we
welcome,
built
Mary
a
Beth.
multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-religious coalition that sent the first African-American senator and the first Jewish senator to the United States Senate in one fell
Yes. Good morning, Florida. Hey, sister girl
And
Jess.
you stood up again during this last general election. And on November 8th, you made sure my campaign finished first.
Good morning.
But here's the thing. Even though you made sure my campaign finished first,
You have the same
that doesn't
keyboard?
matter if you don't dig
My keyboard
even
is
deeper,
broken. I had to order
work
another
even
one,
harder,
and I got something different.
build a
My keys are
movement that's
broken.
even stronger,
Good morning,
and
Luana.
deliver the victory for the people of Georgia on December 6th. Are you ready to win this election?
I can't either, Janet.
It's time to vote. It's time to vote.
Good morning, Divinely
Listen.
Crafty, my ATL sister. Good
I'm
morning.
inspired by this strong early
Buenos
vote
dias.
turnout.
¿Cómo estás?
I am. But I don't want us to be lulled to sleep. The other side is already playing games.
Yep.
Have you thought about it? We saw record voter turnout last weekend, but don't forget what we had to do just so that could happen.
Yep. He had to sue the state.
At first, they said the counties could not.
Warnock
vote
had to sue
on
the
last Saturday.
state. And he won.
They said that the law
Good morning, Big Bird.
would not allow it. They said, we're sorry, but our hands are tied. And so we thought about it, and then we sued them.
Mm-hmm.
And we won. now because this is important for the work we must do. I need you to understand how determined the opposition is. Remember, they said their hands were tied. We sued them, and the judge untied their hands. And then they showed us their hands by appealing the judge's ruling. And we
Good
won
morning,
again.
everybody coming in the room.
And they appealed again. And we won again.
Mm-hmm.
And all weekend and over the last several days, we have seen a diverse and variegated sea of humanity showing up in DeKalb County, in Fulton County, in Cobb County, in Gwinnett County, in Chatham County. And we've got to keep on showing up. We've got to keep on voting. We cannot let up, my beloved, not even for one moment.
We
got
can't.
to keep our foot on the gas all the way to victory. Are you ready to win this election?
Thank you, Donna. Good morning, everybody.
So, as I ask you to vote, I want you to remember what your vote did the last time. Because you showed up the last time. We passed the single largest tax cut for middle and working class families in American history. It's called the Expanded Child Tax Credit. Because you showed up the last time. We invested in our veterans' benefits because
Good
those
morning.
who fight for us shouldn't have to fight with us to get the benefits they deserve. Because you showed up the last time, we invested in domestic manufacturing because we shouldn't be waiting on chips to come from China. We ought to be making those chips right here in the United States of America.
Come on now, Rev.
Because you showed up the last time, we capped the cost of insulin and capped the cost of prescription drugs. Because you showed up the last time. We sent a black woman named Ketanji Brown Jackson to the United
Yes, Lord. Yes.
Georgia, I need you to do it one more time. Are y'all ready to get this done?
Woo, sweet Jesus, this is electric. Y'all feel that? I feel it.
Tell your neighbors and tell your friends who have not already voted. Tell them that a vote is a kind of prayer for the world we desire for ourselves and for our children. Tell them that your vote is your voice. And your voice is your human dignity. That's right, vote one up. Tell
All
them
right, Liz. Stay in that line.
that democracy. Tell them that democracy is the political enactment of a spiritual idea. This notion that each of us has within us a spark of the divine. We were created in what the theologians call the Imago Dei, the image of God.
I'm blocking them as soon as I see them,
If you're
Mary.
not given to that kind of religious language, that's all right. Our tent is big. Put it this way, we each have value. And if we have value,
Trolls come
then we
along
ought to
with the
have a
territory.
voice. in the direction of the country and our destiny within it. Georgia, it's time to raise your voice because this race is about character and competence. I know we have political differences. That's part of what makes this country a great country. But let me tell you, in my race,
they are hurt.
This is not about Republican and Democrat.
The trolls are hurt, baby.
This is not about right and left. This is about the difference between right and wrong.
Good morning. Absolutely. Right and wrong. Hey, Petty Roll. Good morning.
And I love you. I love this state, and I believe in my bones.
Thank you for the gifts, everybody, and the hearts.
I believe in my soul that Georgians, Republicans and Democrats, if we're honest, I believe in my soul that Georgia knows that Georgia is better than Herschel Walker.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Georgia is better than Herschel Walker.
Yes. Yes, we are.
You deserve a senator who cares enough about the people to actually know the issues. You deserve a senator who will tell you the truth.
Thank you, Arizona.
You deserve a senator who actually lives in Georgia.
Absolutely. The man doesn't live in Georgia. How does he know what's going on in Georgia?
Now my 84-year-old mother would tell me to be kind. And I don't mind giving
voting today. Make sure you stand in that line.
Was an amazing athlete, an amazing.
Don't get out the line.
Created a lot of energy at the University of Georgia.
That's right. We gonna send him back to Texas.
An amazing
hopefully.
Running back. And come next Tuesday, we're gonna send him running
Somebody
back to
said
Texas.
Herschel doesn't live in reality either. Christy, I'm sorry, but y'all can have him back.
Let me say in closing, and nobody believes a Baptist preacher when he says in closing, let me say in closing, that you must know that I want to work for you. I clearly want this job, not for me, but because it gives me a chance to continue my life project of public service in a new way. Here's why you know I want this job. This is the 5th time my name has been on the ballot in less than 2 years for the same doggone job. First time my name was on the ballot, I finished first. Georgia, help me do it one more time. Let's win the future. to a man who needs no introduction. President Barack Obama.
Am I going to vote? I already voted. I voted day one. I voted day one. Here come the man. Here come the man.
Hello, Atlanta. I'm back. I am back. I know it. She said, "Play." I am back. Yes, we can. You know,
I miss him too.
I know it feels like we just did this,
You're welcome.
and that's because we did.
You're welcome.
You get a buy one, get
You're
one
welcome,
free deal
everybody.
on elections this year. But I'm here today for the same reason that I was here the last time. To ask you to vote one more time for my friend and your outstanding senator, Raphael Warnock. Now, I know a lot of folks have been voting early over the last few days. That is a good thing. That is an encouraging thing.
Thank you.
But
Thank you for the
you
heart.
knew there was a but. Plenty of folks haven't voted yet. Tomorrow is the last day.
I want to give a shout out to my moderators.
And then we need to get people out to the polls on Tuesday.
They are working hard this
We
morning
still got work to do.
to keep this chat clean.
And you know what?
I appreciate
I'm
y'all.
counting on you to do it. A lot of you may be feeling pretty good because a few weeks ago, people turned out to vote, and as a result, Democrats still have control of the Senate. And because of some really concerted efforts in a lot of important states, many of the most egregious, potentially dangerous, and let's face it, somewhat crazy,
You're welcome, Jim.
folks, election deniers, got beat. That's the good news. It turns out that most Americans prefer leaders who want to bring people together to solve real problems, as opposed to conspiracy theorists and fear-mongers.
Yeah, they all down in the
Makes
chat.
me somewhat optimistic.
They all over here in my chat. Lying,
Folks would prefer normal
being
to
hateful,
Looney Tunes.
mad.
That's a good thing.
Looney Tunes.
But, and you knew there was a but. I'm here to tell you that we can't let up. I'm here to tell you we can't tune out. We can't be complacent. We have to run through the tape.
Somebody says salty.
And that means
Baby.
all of us doing our part to make sure that Raphael Warnock goes back to being the United States Senator from the great state of Georgia. And I know you can do it because you've done it before. Last year you didn't just send one, you sent two.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Reverend Warnock. And because of what you did, you made all this progress possible. Don't let up. You've been listening. She's been paying attention. How old are you? You're 4 years old. 4 years old. And she
Love you back.
You can't let up. She could have just summarized my entire talk. Out of the mouth of babes. If voters here in Georgia had stayed home 2 years ago, Republicans would have kept control of the Senate. And they would have blocked every single piece of legislation that President Biden and the Democrats ended up passing. It would have been their top priority. In fact, it probably would have been their only priority. But that's not what happened because of you, because you did not get weary. Because you did not act like everything was over. Democrats took back the Senate and were eventually able to translate that into people's lives being better in concrete ways. Because of you, President Biden and the Democrats, they didn't just rebuild the economy and keep unemployment low during the pandemic. They passed a law that would lower health care costs and prescription drug prices. They passed an infrastructure bill that will put people back to work. They passed the first major gun safety legislation in 30 years.
Yeah.
They made the biggest investment in clean energy in our history. That happened because of you, Georgia. And now we need you to do it again. Because for all the progress we've made, we all know we've got a lot of work to do. Right now, too many folks in Georgia and all across the country, they're still hurting. They're still struggling to pay the bills. Parents are still worried about their kids' safety. Too many Americans are wondering if their freedoms could be taken away. And the question is, who's going to actually do something about it?
You know why the haters here. Y'all know why they here.
Whose main agenda is cutting taxes?
First of all of this brown sugar.
The party that wants to gut Social Security.
All of this brown sugar. The hostess is full of brown sugar.
Decide who you love, when you should start a family.
They can't stay away from this brown sugar.
Is it the party that's trying to put people back to work and lower costs and make healthcare more affordable and keep our communities safe and save our planet and give every woman the ability to make her own decisions?
Yes. Say it.
That's the choice in this election. That's what's at stake. And you know, the other side knows this. You heard what Reverend Warnock was talking about. They've spent millions of dollars here in Georgia over the past few weeks trying to get their folks to show up and get you to stay home. Because they know they don't have winning ideas.
Yep.
Their strategy is to scare you and confuse you and bamboozle you. Run the okie doke on you. And make you believe that your vote does not matter. Am I right, Mayor? I am right. Here's the thing. That only works if you let it. You have the power to decide this election. You have the power to determine the course of this country. And if you work hard between now and Tuesday, if you get out to vote, but just as importantly, you get everybody that you know out to vote, then nobody's going to stop you.
The Hatriots are here.
What's your name?
Yes, my moderators are working hard. I'm down here working with them. I'm down here in the muck.
She's still paying attention. There's a boy, he just got long hair. You got the power? He's only 4, and he's making sense. Now, there are just a couple of more things I got to clear up here. Karan may already know this, but some of the rest of you may not. Some folks are asking, well, if Democrats already have control of the Senate,
all right, he's going to do some teaching.
What's the difference between 50 and 51? The answer is a lot. Let me break it down for you. An extra senator gives Democrats more breathing room on important bills. It prevents one person from holding up everything. And it also puts us in a better position a couple years from now when you've got another election, but the Senate map is going to be tilted in the favor of Republicans. And it'll help prevent Republicans from getting a filibuster-proof majority that could allow them to do things like passing a federal abortion ban. So that one vote in the Senate could make all the difference. But you know what? There's one more reason. And it's the biggest reason. 51 is better than 50 because it means Reverend Warnock will keep representing you in Washington. That's the best reason. That's the number one reason. He was wondering if I was going to get to that. Come on, Reverend, you know I got your back.
Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you guys for the
Let
gifts.
me talk about Warnock just a second.
Thank you guys for the love. I appreciate y'all.
Let me testify.
Testify.
As your senator, Reverend Warnock hasn't been off chasing wacky conspiracy theories. He has not been drumming up fear and division. He's been, you know, Washington talk about and some folks being workhorses. And you got a workhorse here. He's been working to lower prescription drug costs. He's been working to boost manufacturing jobs. He's been working to make sure that our veterans who serve this country honorably have the care that they need. He's been standing up for democracy. He's been protecting a woman's right to determine her own destiny.
Yep.
Reverend Warnock is a workhorse. And he also is a class act. Right? You just like the man.
TGIF.
Because
Thank
you
you.
sense his integrity when you talk to him. He's not just hard working, he's God-fearing. He's a community serving person. He tells the truth. Sticks to his word. Treats it with decency and respect, no matter how high or how low. Deals honorably even with those who oppose him. Vote for Quran also, once again summarized, said vote for Warnock. I'm telling you, this young man, he getting A's. Straight A's in this class. Now, on the other side, you got Mr. Walker. All right, don't boo now.
Vote.
I told y'all that. I told you the last time.
Don't vote, boo.
Can't nobody hear you, boo.
Vote.
They can hear you, vote. All right. So you got Mr. Walker. Look, I was here last time. I think I made clear my thoughts on Mr. Walker. I had to acknowledge, and you know, some of you know, everybody here has pretty good home training, right? And so, you know, you're always reticent if you don't have something nice to say about somebody. You don't say it. So I talked about what a good football player he had been. But I also had to acknowledge that I did not think he had either the competence, the character, the track record of service that would justify him representing Georgia in the United States Senate. Now, if if you had forgotten what I said the last time, it's okay because you just have to wait a minute. He reminds you every time you open your mouth. I mean, every day. Every day he comes up with something. Every day. Since the last time I was here, Mr. Walker has been talking about issues that are of great importance to the people of Georgia. Like whether it's better to be a vampire or a werewolf. This is a debate that I must confess I once had myself. When I was 7. Then I grew up. In case you're wondering, by the way, Mr. Walker decided he wanted to be a werewolf. Which is great. As far as I'm concerned, he can be anything he wants to be. Except for the United States Army. Since the last time I was here, apparently he also claimed that he used to let me beat him at basketball. But then he admitted that we've never actually met.
What? I missed that.
So I guess this was more of an imaginary whooping that I lay on him. Now, listen, this would be funny if he weren't running for Senate.
Yep.
We all know some folks in our lives who we don't wish them ill will.
Mm-hmm.
They say crazy stuff. We're all like, well, you know, Uncle Joe, you know what happened to him. You know, it's okay.
The keyboard is fly.
They're part
It's
of the
broke.
family. But you don't give them serious responsibility.
I've had it for a good 4 years, so
When you spend
it
more
owes
time
me
thinking
nothing.
about horror movie
But
fantasies
yeah,
than you do thinking about the people
I had to get a new one. And
you
I
wanna
didn't get this
represent,
one. I got a
that says
different
something
one.
about your priorities. When again and again you serve up bald-faced lies, just make stuff up, that says something about the kind of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
And the kind of leader you would be if you were in the United States Senate. So Georgia, look, I'm not telling you something you don't know. You deserve a senator you can be proud of. Somebody who will talk straight to you. Somebody who will fight for you. Somebody who will garner respect in Washington. Somebody like Reverend Warnock who's been doing it responsibly and conscientiously and effectively, not just in the Senate, not just in the last few years, but his entire adult life. So that's why you need to get out and vote. That's why you can't let up. Because change doesn't happen in one election. It doesn't even happen in 2 elections. It doesn't even happen in 5 elections. Change only happens if you keep organizing, keep voting, keep mobilizing, keep educating, keep speaking up, keep working hard to make change happen. Imagine looking back in history, right after the Emancipation Proclamation. Imagine if all the abolitionists and the civil rights activists had said, oh, everything's going to be okay now, let's go home.
Right.
Imagine if, after some women, not all women, but some women,
Thank you for the gifts
got the
and the
right to
hearts.
vote, organizers said, oh, all right, I got mine. We're all equal now. Our work is done here.
58,000 likes. Y'all
Imagine where we
are
would
on
be.
it. Thank you so much. Tap that screen. Give me a heart. Give me lots of hearts.
We can't be satisfied with one victory because victories are always incomplete.
Thank you for the gifts.
History doesn't just move in a straight line, it moves sideways. Sometimes it moves backwards.
You're
When
welcome.
we're not vigilant, when we're not working. So we can't allow ourselves to get tired.
Love
We
you
need
back.
sustained effort. And by the way, not just on election day, but every day in between. And when I think about that vision,
Aisha.
when I think about
Thank
that,
you, girl.
stick
Aisha
to
is one of my
itness,
moderators. She is down there
when I think about finishing the job,
yielding and wielding that machete. She chopping folks up.
that come to mind. The first
Thank you.
is Georgia's own, my friend John Lewis. So,
Yeah, fighting the good fight.
he and other SNCC workers.
I'm down here
were
with
my
you, Aisha,
inspiration
just
for
so
going
you
to
know.
public service.
I'm down here with you, girl.
I was 2 years old when they were mobilized. I was on the other side of the world, but they were my inspiration. Because armed with nothing more than a backpack and the truth,
You're welcome, Colorado.
John Lewis helped lead a long
I
march
miss
towards
John
freedom.
Lewis too.
At the age of 23. And so I had a chance to meet my hero when I was in law school. I was at that point 26, 27. And when I met him,
Good trouble.
he was everything I had hoped he would be. He was humble. And he was kind. And he was generous. And he took a long moment to talk to me and encourage me. Despite all that he had accomplished, he had no airs about it.
Thank you.
But what struck me most about John was not his incredible heroism as a young man, but it's how he kept on marching and protesting.
Big Bird.
Even after he was elected to Congress, he's getting arrested in front of the
Shout out to Big
the
Bird.
South African embassy. He kept standing up for what was right.
Thank you, Big Bird.
1 decade, 2 decades, 3, just kept on going. Even when his cause was unpopular. Even when the spotlight had moved off him. In fact, the last time I saw John was at a virtual town hall that our foundation had organized in the wake of the George Floyd murder. And it was about a month before he passed. He was already ailing. You could tell he did not feel well. But he considered it his duty
Hey, Oklahoma.
to stand with a new generation of activists
You're welcome,
and to
Tyler.
help guide them in a principled and inclusive way and remind them that although wrongs needed to be righted, that it needed to be righted with nonviolence and with love and empathy and compassion. Here he was a month before he was about to die, and he kept on going.
You're welcome, Ohio.
So that's one person. The other person who comes to mind when I think about persistence is a woman named Ann Nixon Cooper. I talked about her in my first presidential election. You remember we had Graham Park, and I contacted us to tell us, to let us know that she had voted for me at 106 years old. She figured out, no, I'm going to cast this vote. And I spoke about just trying to imagine everything she had gone
Hey, everybody.
through. Everything. John Lewis and Miss Cooper lived very different lives. One became a civil rights icon. The other, one became an elected official, serving a congressional district here in Georgia with great honor. The other Most people wouldn't know her on the street. Unspeakable barriers and discrimination and disappointment, despite everything they were going through just to make ends meet.
Thank you.
Kept at it. Because of Miss Cooper's generation, a foundation was laid.
Sister girl just
Her
down
generation
there.
passed on the grace and
She
the
also
courage
chopping folks
that
up.
allowed us to do what he was able to do.
Uh-oh, our streaming is jumping.
That was the foundation of the modern civil rights movement. All those folks who didn't get tired.
Almost
Maids,
100,000.
employment porters,
Thank y'all so much.
and sharecroppers
Thank you, Tina.
working every single day with the possibility that things might get better. And John, that was John's inheritance. And then he set an example that I would follow, and Reverend Warnock would follow. And I always thought to myself, if Miss Cooper didn't get tired, then I can't be tired.
Amen.
If John Lewis, even in his 70s, wasn't tired, I got no excuses. I can't be tired.
Amen.
And if I'm not tired, you can't be tired. If the men and women who had to endure the sting of discrimination, the smack of belly clubs, weren't tired. If the folks who had to fight those early fights, those were the tough fights for union rights and voting rights and gay rights and women's rights, if they didn't get tired, you can't be tired. So you got to go out there and keep working. You have to stay focused. Because if you do, if you put everything you've got into the next few days, if you vote, if you get your friends to vote and your neighbors to vote, if you do all that, not only
Thank you for
will we
getting me
reelect
to
Raphael Warnock,
100,000 likes, y'all.
not only will we keep Georgia and America on a path to a better future, but we will be setting an example for a 4-year-old right here.
Amen.
And laying a foundation
Amen.
for him to build on. And that 1-year-old over there, and I know I saw a 3-month-old here, they're watching right now to see if we're going to get tired, and I'm going to tell them right now, we're not going to be tired. We're going to bring it on home. Let's make this happen, Georgia. I love you. God bless you. Let's finish the job.
Amen. Baby, I wish I could go vote again at this point. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling motivated, y'all. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Y'all know that's what I do over here. I share information and I offer an opinion. And when I started seeing the clips from his part of the speech from the campaign rally yesterday evening, I was like, oh no, I have to share this. I have to share this. And that's all I wanted to do today was share that. So, my Georgia peeps, if you're down in the chat and you have not voted, today is the last day to early vote. Get on out there and cast your vote. Cast your vote. And we want that vote to go to Raphael Warnock. There's a lot of people over here who ain't. I'm not going to tell you to vote for, child. I'm telling you. We do not want Herschel Walker in the office. Period. He don't know what's going on here in Georgia. He don't live here in Georgia. He don't know what's going on in his own damn state. Why didn't he run for office in his own state? Why are you trying to come over here to Georgia to run for office? That's number one. He don't know what's going on nationally. No, the man has issues. Like Obama said, he can be whatever he want to be. He can't be senator. No. No. And all of these people that was down in the chat rooting, talking about vote Walker. If that man was running for United States, the president of the United States, none of them damn people would vote for him. Shout out to my moderators, Sister Girl Jess, Aisha, Big Bird. We was all down in the muck today. I knew they were coming. I knew they were coming. So I appreciate y'all. Obama's name was in the title of the live. I knew they were coming. Somebody said war room. That's exactly what was going on. It was a complete war room. And child, towards the end, we was nice and clean in here. My moderators did the doggone thing. They did the doggone thing. I appreciate them. Y'all say thank you to them. Thank you, Aisha. Right, Sister Girl Jess. It was a war room. Child, I had to grab my AK and I was down there. We was chopping folks up left and right. So, I appreciate my moderators. Y'all, we're going to see what the news pop off today. I don't want to talk about Kanye West. But Kanye West, I have to talk about him because he has one foot out in entertainment, buffoonery, nonsense, and another foot in politics. That's why I have to talk about Kanye West and his buffoonery and his shenanigans, because of that foot that he's got in politics. I love y'all. Let me try to get some work done today. Happy Friday. I'll see y'all in the videos that I post today. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the hearts. Y'all got me up to 115,000 likes today. I appreciate y'all. If you came in during the tail end of it, I will download this live and upload it over on Tabitha Speaks Politics. Y'all can watch the whole speech. Thank you for the gifts, A. Dot. I appreciate you. Head on over to Tabitha Speaks Politics, maybe about noon. I'll have it up over there because first it's got to do its processing and then I got to download it and that takes a minute. Y'all know. All right, be safe out there. Vote. Don't boo. Vote. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.